Okay, well, let's get started. I know others are going to be joining us. Greetings, everybody. It seems like we just did this, and I was thinking to myself, well, what more can I say? We just did this, but you know what? There's actually a lot more because so much is happening here. I want to start by just saying that we're delighted to welcome two new Hudson County Community College colleagues who are at their first town hall meeting, both of whom I know you've heard me and others speak about in recent meetings in communication. But we are delighted to welcome our new Vice President for Human Resources, Anna Kopitsky. Welcome, Anna. And our new Associate Dean for STEM, Dr. Burl Yearwood. Burl's here. Thank you so much. We're very excited to have you here. I'm happy to begin with wonderful news about student accomplishments. If you attended the Board of Trustees meeting, I apologize because I covered some of this there as well. But as I shared at that meeting, the Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society has named our HCCC Phi Theta Kappa chapter a 2019 REACH chapter. This is a Phi Theta Kappa recognition of excellence in membership development. And we know we have a robust membership. In fact, I'm looking forward to the upcoming ceremony where we induct new members. I think it's coming up next month. So as a result of being named a REACH chapter, Phi Theta Kappa International is sending 16 Phi Theta Kappa graduation stoles that will be worn by chapter officers and members at our May 30th commencement. And we further congratulate Hudson County Community College Phi Theta Kappa member Sarah Hayun, who's been selected as a 2019 Coca-Cola Academic Team Silver Scholar. That means she's the recipient of a $1,250 scholarship, and we congratulate Phi Theta Kappa President Abderrahim Salim. And I just learned yesterday, Abderrahim, that you go by Rahim, which I like. That's easy. So Rahim is receiving several scholarships. He's been selected as a member of the 2019 All-USA Academic Team. This is a big deal, and is the New Century Pathway Scholar for New Jersey. This is resulting in scholarships of $7,250, but beyond that, he's been selected as one of only 10 students nationwide to receive Phi Theta Kappa's 2019 Heights Transfer Scholarship. This is, according to Phi Theta Kappa, the Society's most prestigious and largest scholarship, providing an additional $7,500 in scholarship funding. So Rahim will be recognized at the American Association of Community Colleges annual convention on April 15th. I'll have the honor of joining him for this national recognition and the honor of joining Katie Sweeney for her national recognition at the same meeting. And I think most of you know this, but for those that don't, Abderrahim and Sarah are married. And I said on Tuesday, what a power couple. So immediately following our May 30th commencement, they're both going to be participating in summer research programs, and then they're going to transfer in the fall, I believe either to Columbia, Princeton, or Yale, depending on which one succeeds in giving them the best deal. Rahim is going to major in computer science, and Sarah will pursue an astrophysics major. Sarah will be doing her summer research at Princeton, and in a few weeks she'll be delivering a poster presentation about her research at the 2019 Scientista Women in STEM Symposium at Harvard University. And Abderrahim was accepted for a summer research program funded by the Department of Defense and the National Science Foundation, in which he will continue his extraordinary drone research. So I very much look forward to joining Rahim and Sarah, not only at AACC, but at the upcoming National Phi Theta Kappa Conference. Can you believe both of these meetings are in Orlando, Florida, 1 week apart? But I'm going to be there where we'll also join President Emeritus Glenn Gabert, who's the recipient of Phi Theta Kappa's Michael Bennett Lifetime Achievement Award. And Sarah and Abderrahim are here. Stand up if you would, and accept our congratulations. We're very proud of you. Is Sarah here?
She's going to join us a while.
I'm sorry?
She's coming.
She's coming, okay. Hope her ears are burning. This is just, these examples of student excellence are so inspirational. I mean, I just am so proud to be part of an institution that can help students achieve this kind of distinction. And if I hope it's okay to share, these are both EOS students, and this institution is so proud of you. Your careers are going to be phenomenal, and their 4-year-old son is going to be a very proud son as he gets older and sees what his parents have done, so kudos. And I want to say once again, as I've said many times, Hudson County Community College's Phi Theta Kappa chapter is absolutely the most accomplished student organization I've known and worked with in my 39-year career in post-secondary education. I'm honored to celebrate the student success. I salute the extraordinary leadership of chapter advisor Ted Lyons. Ted here? I don't think Ted's here. But we recognized him as well at the Board of Trustees meeting. So congratulations again. And I think there's no better way to think about our upcoming Middle States decennial reaccreditation than celebrating the success of these students. And as we all are aware, their success parallels the life-changing success and accomplishments of our larger inspirational student body. The collective success of our students, which is the cornerstone of our mission, is evident throughout the Middle States self-study. So for those of you who haven't yet read it, please do so before the visit, and I think you'll see what I'm talking about. And with regard to our upcoming Middle States team visit, Provost Eric Friedman and I have been enjoying the opportunity to discuss the visit and themes of the self-study with our trustees during recent board committee meetings and with members of the college community during a series of campus-wide breakfast, lunch, and dinner meetings that will continue throughout March. For those of you that have already attended, thank you very much, and for those who haven't, we look forward to seeing you. I gotta tell you, the food is excellent. It's excellent. I'm trying not to eat it, but it's excellent. On Tuesday, the Board of Trustees accepted the completed fiscal year 2018 audit report conducted by Donahue, Geronda, Doria, and Tompkins Certified Public Accountants. This will be on the website if it isn't already. And I'm pleased to share that there were no deficiencies, material weaknesses, or other findings. And further, Hudson County Community College was commended in the audit presentation to the Board Finance Committee for the college's sound financial processes and positive metrics, including a $2.8 million increase in the college's total net position, and that's on top of increases in the last few years. So I commend, as did the auditor, Vice President Veronica Zeitner and her team for their continuing strong leadership. Thank you so much. Keep the money. And thanks to Nicholas Chevrolet, I was pleased to have an opportunity to attend Governor Phil Murphy's budget address in Trenton about a week ago. And we're all pleased that the governor has included $58.5 million in his proposed 2019-20 budget for the Community College Opportunity Grant. This is an increase of $33.5 million over the funding that was provided this spring for new and continuing students, both here and at 12 other CCOG pilot campuses. So in the coming weeks, I'm going to be meeting with all members of our state legislative delegation to advocate continued and expanding funding of the CCOG, and I'll be inviting a student who's benefiting from the program to join me. We're working closely with the New Jersey Council of County Colleges to support the council's advocacy of this funding statewide. And I'm also delighted to share that the Aspen Institute Economic Opportunities Program, funded by J.P. Morgan Chase, has invited Hudson County Community College to partner with them and sponsor a Workforce Leadership Academy in Jersey City. The goal of the academy is to strengthen the capacity of participants to develop and sustain effective workforce strategies, collaborate more deeply with employers and other strategic partner organizations, and expand the number and quality of leaders who can develop workforce training approaches that will advance opportunities for low-wage workers and job seekers while also meeting the talent development needs for long-term industry competitiveness. The Academy will engage a cohort of up to 24 regional workforce leaders in a series of retreats and workshops over the course of the upcoming year, some of it which will be held right here. And the first retreat is expected to begin in late June 2019. Similar Aspen Institute-funded programs are being offered in Detroit, Baltimore, Hartford, Seattle, Chicago, and Toronto. Hudson County Community College is the only community college in the nation that is sponsoring the academy. The Aspen Institute, as I know you're aware, is a phenomenally important, forward-thinking leadership organization that brings together education and other sectors in phenomenal ways. So this is truly an honor. And I'm also pleased to share, it didn't come without some challenges. So the Aspen Institute is investing $30,000 to fund the program, but further, we had to raise money in order to make it possible to offer. So a new donor, LEFRAC, has made a gift of $35,000 to the HCCC Foundation to support this program, and the Hudson County Board of Chosen Freeholders approved $35,000 in matching funds at their meeting last Tuesday, I believe. So I want to say this is really significant. Congratulations and thanks to Dean of Workforce Development Lori Margolin and her team, and to Vice President Nicholas Chevalotti for their exemplary leadership that has resulted in the development of this nationally distinctive program at HCCC. Thank you. Congratulations. At our last town hall meeting, we talked about the challenge of food insecurity and homelessness among community college students nationwide. As many of you are aware, several of our colleagues, more than several, a real team of students, faculty, and staff have been working hard to create food pantries on both of our campuses, and I'm delighted that they're going to soon open. And I'd like to ask Lisa Doherty and David Clark, who've provided leadership, to update us, if they would.
Hi everyone. So we're very, very excited to open our first food pantries later this month and early in April. And thank you. Thanks. So the Journal Square Food Pantry will open the week of March 25th. On the day of the open house, on March 23rd, we will have some students and staff stocking the pantry, so we'll have some good pictures to share. And the shelves are in transit right now. It's been a challenge, and it's been a great team effort by that steering committee, and you'll see that documented in the communication from the president next week. So on March 23rd, we will stock it. We will have a grand opening on March 26th at 11 a.m. There's an invitation forthcoming, and then we will be open to serve the college community. So that at first, the food pantry in Journal Square will be open Monday, Wednesday, Friday, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and every other Saturday. And then we'll assess the need and hope to expand the hours. And it's open to the college community. The only thing they have to do is show their HCCC ID. So it's very anonymous, it's very respectful, and we hope that you will refer students and staff to the pantry as you see the need. And it will be located in the J building, right across from EOF. So we have a lot of traffic there for students, so we hope that it's visible enough that people will know it's there, but also secluded enough that people will really know that they can go there and access it. In North Hudson, we're following the same sort of process. We will supply the pantry on Saturday, April 6th, when we have the open house there, and it will open the following week. That will be located on the 5th floor, and students should access it really through enrollment services. We'll have a designated person. Most importantly, we're really hoping you will donate not only items for the food pantry, but perhaps your time to help staff it. We will be publishing, thanks to Jen Christopher and her team, a list of preferred donations and where you can donate. So we really appreciate anything that you can offer in terms of getting it stocked. And then, of course, monetary donations are welcome. We're under the foundation as a 501c3. And then if you want to donate your time, there will be a sign-up form, even if it's an hour here and there. I just think it's a great way to give back to our students and staff. So if you have any questions, I really want to thank Dr. Clark for his leadership in getting that steering committee together. It was a really great cross-functional group of students and staff and faculty, and it's really going to fulfill such a need for our students, and it's just the beginning. Look for much more coming out of student affairs in terms of addressing students' basic needs. David, do you have anything to add?
No. Okay. This is phenomenal. This is wonderful progress. And as Lisa said, we're gonna learn from the experience and hopefully be able over time to expand this in ways that are appropriate. We've actually already begun a discussion with other providers of similar services in Jersey City, Journal Square, and beyond, to come together and know what each of us is doing, share best practices, see how we can support one another. And we're also going to be looking at some other possible opportunities. For example, can we integrate, Aaron just walked in, this is great, any leftover food items as we do catering, the culinary program, into the food pantry. And I don't know if there are challenges with that, but I mean, if we have to invest in refrigeration or other equipment to have that kind of tie-in, those are the kinds of things that we want to look at. So I want to thank Lisa, David, also members of Phi Theta Kappa. This was their focused service project this year, and everyone else who's worked hard to bring these food pantries to our campus. I can't wait for the ribbon cutting. And since I'm talking about Phi Beta Kappa, I now see that Sarah is here. Sarah, we just talked about you, but congratulations, Sarah. Last Wednesday, I was pleased to host Ramapo College President Peter Mercer and other members of his team at the Culinary Conference Center upstairs for lunch and a signing ceremony to launch our new partnership with Ramapo. This provides 2+2 opportunities for students who begin here at HCCC, earn an associate degree, and then have guaranteed admission to Ramapo to complete their baccalaureate degree. If you're not familiar with Ramapo, it's really, I think, a very interesting and exciting and beautiful campus, and their mission is unique. It's a public liberal arts college. And so this is one more piece of the puzzle that we are putting together to work with others to create integrated career and educational pathways. During this meeting, and do we have nursing faculty here? I apologize, here's Kathy. I apologize if I'm sharing something that you haven't even heard yet, and this may or may not pan out, but I'm going to share it anyway. So during this meeting, and this is the way these things work, we started talking about other possible partnerships with Ramapo. And one is, and I think this, having supported and learned from nursing programs that are excellent in other places as well as this one, I'm excited about this. Sorry, you should have known it before now, maybe you do. So we talked about a potential 3+1 RN to BSN program with Ramapo that would allow, listen to this, that would allow Hudson County Community College students to earn their associate degree in our program, plus a third year of HCCC credits at our lower tuition. And then it would be followed by seamless transfer to Ramapo's fully online BSN degree completion program that could be completed online in one additional year. And this would, of course, then also allow students to complete their degree around work and family responsibilities. And particularly significant is the fact that hospital employers will often fund these degree completion programs for their employees. Kathy?
We had a very productive meeting yesterday with enrollment services from Ramapo that Chris Wall arranged, so we're moving ahead.
Excellent, excellent. I didn't think it could happen that fast. That's fantastic. I mean, that kind of partnership is really a great opportunity. The ability to earn a 4-year BSN plus an associate degree at a pretty affordable price with 3 years of community college tuition and 1 year of public 4-year tuition. So fantastic. And really, increasingly, as we're looking at taking stock of where we've come, where we're headed, our points of pride as we think about the upcoming Middle States visit, it's clear that these kinds of partnerships are absolutely central to our vision, goals, and strategy for the future. And speaking of partnerships, we're also very pleased with another developing partnership with an organization known as Year Up New York. The mission of Year Up is to close the opportunity divide, I'm kind of reading from their mission, by providing urban young adults with the skills, experience, and support that will empower them to reach their potential through professional careers and higher education. And with us today are some of our partners from Year Up, who will be offering a presentation at the All College Council meeting that immediately follows this meeting at 12:30 in the Scott Ring Room. But if I might, I'd like to ask Assistant Vice President Chris Wall to maybe discuss the partnership a bit further and introduce one of our guests.
Well, thank you. Many of you know that the college has long been engaged in creating pathways. Pathways from K through 12 to the college, and then from the college to transfer to career. One of the key elements of those pathways is establishing experiential learning opportunities for students that might be outside of the classroom. So we have a partnership developing with Year Up. I think the first time you all came to campus was probably about this time last year. It's important to note Year Up is a nonprofit. You're going to hear a lot about it in just about an hour. It's a nonprofit that works with us, with our curriculum, and establishing training for our students before entering a paid, this is important, a paid corporate partnership internship. So students, I think the story goes basically, you're up at BMCC, sending students across the river to places on the waterfront here, working in tech firms, financial firms, and we all realized, wait, we have great students here that could be filling those internships. I'd say next year at this time, we're going to have dozens of students who are in the learning phase of these internships. So that, I'd like to invite everybody in the room upstairs at 12:30. There will be a presentation on it, but here, right now, I'd like to recognize Ms. Annie Martinez, who is the Director of Program at Europe, New York.
Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here, and really exciting to hear about all the great things that are happening. In particular, in thinking about other partnerships and how you're supporting young people along the pathway towards the careers of their choosing, like the two students in the back. Really awesome accomplishments. As Chris said, I'm Annie Martinez. I'm the Senior Director of Program at Europe, New York. And he gave a pretty great summary of our program. Thank you. It was a test. You passed. Yes, we are a nonprofit. We serve young people ages 18 to 24. We are a workforce development organization. So young people come to us, and within a year they have 6 months of training, and then they go to 6 months of corporate internships, and then we support them in finding employment opportunities, often at the internships that they completed in those 6 months. And I will go into much more detail in the next meeting. I don't want to take up too much time. I will say, in preparing for this, I went back and looked, and we actually are already working with a number of partners in Jersey City, and we have 26 internships happening in Jersey City already. Right? Isn't that crazy? We need to be here, right? Because I'm sending young people over here. I'm teaching them about how to get here. I'm thinking, we already have these internships here, and you have the young people already here at this college, and great things are happening. And so we want to partner with you. We want to learn from your expertise, your professors in the areas of tech and finance, provide our wraparound services, and then connect your young people to excellent, rigorous internships and career-fulfilling jobs. So that's what we're hoping to do. Hopefully in a year's time, I'll be here with a bigger team who will be present on your campus as part of your community. And I think I'll leave it at that. But again, thank you for giving me this time, and also for the warm welcome I've gotten for a year with your team.
Thank you, Annie. We're also making great progress in our Achieving the Dream work, and I'd like to ask Executive Vice President Eric Friedman to provide an update.
Morning, good afternoon, somewhere in between, almost. Really exciting to have a leadership role in Achieve the Dream. We were all so inspired. The team went out to the conference and heard the inspirational stories. We heard about the work that's happening with Achieve the Dream and how they work with other colleges to really push out on those initiatives that are helping students to really succeed, reach their goals, complete what it is they set out to complete, and identify those projects and those initiatives that really have impact. And we all are working hard on a lot of different things, and to be able to have a laser focus, I've taken that phrase from you, a laser focus on key initiatives that are really going to push more students forward. So the big thing I'd like to talk about today is that we have formed a team here, a dream team, at the college who are going to be working together. Now, it's one team right now. Typically, ATD, Achieve the Dream, asks for a data team and a more operational team. We've formed one team, and we'll see how it does or doesn't split off into two, but we have one team together. So I'm really honored to be able to announce who's on the team at this point. hope I get this name right. Alcia Batchelor is the student representative. And thank you, Lisa, for sending out this happy announcement about that yesterday. Alexa Riano is an administrative assistant who's going to be supporting the team as a team member. And I saw her this morning. Is she here? And I said, Alexa, you're not here as an administrative assistant. You're here as a team member. You have powerful voice, great ideas. So it's really important that you bring those ideas forward. Claudia Delgado is going to represent the faculty in the area of Academic Foundations Mathematics. And that's a recommendation from ATD that we have representation there. David Clark, we just heard his name, Associate Dean of Student Affairs. Elizabeth Nicias, Associate Dean of English and ESL. Myself, in a role to be determined. Heather DeVries is a co-chair. She's the Director of Curriculum, and she is co-chairing with Sheila Dinan, who is the Associate Dean of, where is her title? Student Success. It's a great power partnership that brings together different areas and expertise at the college. Working my way down the list. Jason Figueroa in the room. He's our North Hudson campus representative and a rising star out here, so we're glad to have Jason with us. Jenny Pooh, Dean of Libraries. Jennifer Christopher, Director of Communications. Joseph Caniglia, representing faculty. John Marlin, Dean of Instruction. Lauren O'Gara has graciously accepted to represent AF English from the faculty. Lisa Doherty, VP of Student Affairs and Enrollment Services. Pam Bandiopatier, Associate Dean, Division of Academic Development and Support Services. Is she here? If she was here, she would say, and many other things, Dr. Friedman. Patricia Clay, Chief Information Officer. And our faculty leader will be Sirhan Abdullah. I think I saw him in the room. Thank you so much, Sirhan. We will have a lot more communication about ATD. We're talking to our coaches now about scheduling visits and on-site work here. And we're meeting, I think it's tomorrow or early next week, to talk about a team that's going to go to Phoenix this summer to really drill down and start working on what are the key initiatives, what is some of the early data showing us, where's the work really have to have that laser focus. Very exciting for Hudson County Community College. Thank you.
Eric, thank you for your leadership. And, that's a large team, but I want to emphasize the work isn't limited to that team. That team is broadly representative to work to effectively engage all of us. And to be honest with you, there are many more people we would like to put on the team, but it's already probably bigger than it should be. But please know, if you haven't been asked to be on the team at this moment, that doesn't mean we don't expect you to be involved, because it will be quite the opposite. I think you're going to see as this unfolds, it's going to touch all of us. And our coaches actually will work with the team that goes to Phoenix. So they're both going to be there. Dr. Feitfield and Dr. Garcia will be there, and it's going to be all about trying to figure out how we want to begin the work, where we want to focus our attention, what are the greatest initial priorities, what data do we need to understand those, including data we may not have or we may not have disaggregated. So I'm very excited about it, and I thank everybody who's supporting this and participating. And then I've been asked to remind all of you to complete the All College Council Professional Development Survey that's underway right now. This is a survey to provide insight into how we can enhance and grow the faculty and staff, how we can contribute ever more effectively to professional development for all of our employees. So if you haven't yet completed the survey, you'll find it on the website. It's completely anonymous and should require only a few minutes to complete. And speaking of surveys, and then I'm going to wrap up, I've asked Nicholas Chevroletti to coordinate the distribution of an anonymous college-wide survey for faculty and staff to offer feedback on my leadership. The survey is called IDEA. That is an acronym that actually no longer applies to it. It goes back a while. They continue to use IDEA, but not the meaning, and I don't remember what it stood for originally, but this is a nationally normed instrument to provide feedback to academic and college leaders. It's administered wholly by Kansas State University, so Kansas State will email the survey to full-time faculty and staff. I think we're honing in on full-time. There's a cost to this, so in the future we may expand it to include part-time as well. Kansas State will email the survey. They will then collect the responses. They'll go directly to Kansas State. These responses all will be anonymous. There will be both Likert-style questions and narrative questions, and then at the end of the process, I'll receive an unedited compilation of all survey results and comments, but no attributions to any individual survey. I've done this at several previous institutions, and I found the feedback to be enormously helpful to me as I strive to be a servant leader. You really can't be a servant leader if you don't know how those that you're responsible for leading and supporting view your leadership, and if you're not getting feedback on how you can be more effective. So this will be helpful to me. It's not part of my evaluation. I do this because I am looking for that kind of feedback. It will help me grow my leadership. But then I also plan, I'm saying this ahead of time, to share the full results with the entire college community. And then we'll discuss those results in a future town hall meeting. The good, the bad, the ugly. I've done this before, and then that'll give us all a chance to hopefully learn from and engage in the feedback and input. The only thing I'll redact from the public version is if there are any comments made about anyone other than myself, I will remove those, because this is expressly a survey to help me grow. You know, I noted in the Middle State self-study, one of the suggestions or recommendations, which I think is spot on, is, you know, there's a strong feeling here that we need to provide a mechanism for feedback moving up. And this is I'm trying to model that, and I hope we can increasingly integrate in our not just our evaluation process, but in our professional development process, feedback both ways. I think that's extremely important. So I really hope you'll participate when the survey comes out. So with that, I'm going to end my remarks. Be happy to entertain questions, comments, announcements. The floor is open. And this is where we always look for the first brave person. And I can call on people. Any comments or questions? Yes, Eric.
Maybe for those who haven't had an opportunity, you might want to just talk briefly about what to expect when the team visits over a couple of days.
I was steering clear of that only because Eric and I have been tag teaming these dinners, breakfasts, lunches, which I have to be honest with you, I'm thoroughly enjoying, though I leave every one of them thinking, we talk too much. But I reckon it's a good suggestion because everybody hasn't been there, and ultimately everybody probably won't be. So the site team has been identified. You have been given the team roster. These are colleagues in leadership roles and faculty roles at other community colleges, following the peer feedback model of regional accreditation. And they are already reviewing our self-study. They probably all read it by now. I know they've had at least one virtual meeting to plan for their visit. You also have seen, and we're providing these materials also at the meetings, the sort of shell agenda for the visit. So the visit kicks off Sunday evening, I think at 6 p.m. in an invited dinner. This is purely a welcoming event. It's not a, what I would call a substantive part of the process, although it is part. But it'll be a welcoming event. We'll have a kind of a cross-section of trustees, faculty, staff, students. It would be great. And then the full work of the team will happen all day Monday and Tuesday, April 1st and 2nd. And you can see there's an agenda with a lot of detail to be added. But they will be here, all seven team members?
And one monitor.
7 plus 1, 8. There will be one representative from the New Jersey Office of the Secretary of Higher Education, plus 7 visiting team members. They will be here both of those days. They will, in all likelihood, for the most part, divide. I'm not going to say divide and conquer, but they'll divide because they each have different areas of expertise. So it's common in these, although every team's different, for them to each focus on one chapter that relates to their areas of expertise, and they will be providing us between now and the time of the visit with a more detailed agenda, and they will prescribe whom they want to meet with, or what groups or what areas they want to meet with, and who will have those meetings, who will lead those meetings. So as we get that information, we will share it with all of you. But they will be in scheduled meetings. They'll be clearly on both campuses, and regardless of whether you ultimately are invited to meet specifically with them or not, we hope you will attend an open forum. There'll be 2 open forums, one on each campus, one here, one at the North Hudson campus. They're open to everybody, students, faculty, staff. We want, to the extent possible, to facilitate the fullest possible participation of the college community in this 2.5-day visit, because this is about the whole college community and everybody's perspectives matter. So we hope you can participate. You may also just interact with them in the hallways as they take tours. They will be doing this work, and then what they do, and these are volunteers, they're not paid to do this other than their expenses. So in the evenings, they'll actually have a document room, an evidence room, and they will meet in the evenings at the hotel, and they really tend to work late into the night. They sort of each help write parts of the report, and then Wednesday morning, when this all concludes, there will be an open meeting where they will actually report out to us. And I encourage everybody to attend that, and we won't know what they're going to say until they say it. Actually, I'll know just before, because I think they need one-on-one with me first. And they will give the report, and then they will leave. And this is the formal process for accreditation, so there's not an opportunity to engage them as they give the report, but they will certainly be giving us a good sense of what they're going to be recommending. Now, all of that is preliminary to the final result. So they'll report to us what they have found, and then they will actually submit a written report to the Middle States Board of Directors. And the board will meet in June to approve or not approve the report. And it's almost always the case that what the visiting team recommends is what Middle States Board approves, though there have been examples of times when the board has made a different decision. In fact, I think that happened to one of our sister community colleges not too long ago. So we really won't know the final results until that report comes back to us in late June. We are given at some point along the way, I'm not remembering at what point, but we're given an opportunity to respond to the report if we feel there are inaccuracies or there's missing information. So, as we're emphasizing in our breakfast, lunch, and dinner meetings, this is all about peer review focused on continuous improvement, and they're looking not at what we do today, looking at that, but it's really, they're looking at where we've come since the last accreditation visit, which was 10 years ago. So they're looking at the trend over the last 10 years. How have we developed as an institution, and specifically, what does the evidence suggest about how we deliver on our mission? It's all driven by our stated mission. Are we delivering on that mission, and are we delivering on it adhering to what are mutually accepted standards for excellence and integrity that have been approved by all Middle States member organizations, including ours? That's what the 7 standards are. And so it's a point in time review of a 10-year trend. And they're interested in knowing, it's evidence-based, they're interested in seeing evidence of what we're doing, not just what we say we're doing. But they're also interested in knowing, as Dr. Pollard, who's the chair of the visiting team, has said to us, and when she came here in November, they want to know the tension. So, and what has become clear, and what we're talking about in our meetings, is for every single, I shouldn't say every single, but typically our points of pride, the things that we are most proud of, and I think the things that are the clear evidence that we meet and deliver on our mission are at the same time our greatest challenges. And I'm not going to say more than that because this is what we'll talk about in the meetings. But with every piece of evidence and opportunity, there are also directly related challenges. And so we'll be discussing how we have tried to address those challenges, how we are envisioning sustaining the institution as it grows and develops. Anything you would want to add to that?
Just to take a look at the agenda and note the times for the open forums. There'll be one at North Hudson and one on Journal Square. And then everybody can attend those, as well as the closing session where they report out. That is open to everyone as well.
So just to make sure you all know, we want to make it clear because there was a little confusion about this last night. The self-study is a 119-page document. It's on the website. Am I right? It's on the website. There are some printed copies, but it's expensive. So if you really want a printed copy, we can provide that. We have a few at each of the meetings, but you can see it virtually. That's what we recommend you read. Now, it's 119 pages. However, there are links throughout those 119 pages to evidence, and you can link onto that yourself, just as the team will. Alexa Rihanna, who's been critical to the whole process of writing this and preparing for the visit, told me that if you printed all of the attachments and evidence, it would be 4,000 pages. That's how much work's been done. And it's been done by folks throughout our college community. So and I think it's affirming. I hope when you read it, if you haven't already, you'll feel that way too. So I think this visit will be an affirmational one, where we're also talking about challenges. Other questions or comments? Concerns? You're being too easy. Anything we should know? Any other announcements? Yeah, thank you, Sean.
On Tuesday night in the Deneen Hall Gallery, 6th floor of the library, we opened an absolutely spectacular exhibit of drawings and models by Njit Architecture students and Rutgers University urban planning students. What they're doing is they're reimagining how abandoned industrial sites in Jersey City can be transformed into new and amazing uses. What's really gorgeous about this exhibit is the way that all of these plans for new urban design and so on play against the view from the gallery. And in fact, some of the sites that the students are looking to renew are visible from the gallery. So I would like to encourage all of you to come up, take a look at it, take a half hour, take an hour to walk through it, and see what the Jersey City of the future might look like. Thanks.
Excellent. Others? Yes, thank you. Anne.
Hi everyone. I promised Dr. Reber that I'm not going to act upon anything and just listen and observe for a little while. But I couldn't miss
I didn't tell her, by the way, to do that.
I couldn't miss the fact that Thursday, April 25th is a national Take Our Sons and Daughters to Work Day, or Take Our Daughters and Sons to Work Day. And so HR will be happy to host an event, a full day program with your participation. So there will be an announcement coming out soon about the save the date and the opportunities for each of your departments to see how you can engage with the kids. So it's school age kids, age 7 through 15. So I have some ideas as far as what we can do, but I definitely want to get ideas from the college community. And I think it would be a wonderful way for all of the employees and hardworking staff and faculty to really engage in what we do here. So I welcome you to respond to the communication with your ideas as far as some of the short activities that you can do with the kids. And other than I'm really excited about the event.
Excellent, thank you. Others? I'm looking at Jenny. Jenny, you've been doing really good things, I know, because I'm hearing about it. You've been here now, what, a month? Or so?
2 months.
2 months. 2 months, you're a veteran now. Can you give us any, I haven't asked you to do this, so I apologize, but any updates on the libraries?
Thank you. I've been working very hard and filling some key leadership roles in the library, and we're making good progress there. We have finally activated our screen. When you come into the library, it's been there, but with Tricia's help and her team, now you can see our programs and our Wi-Fi password and right when you come into the library, so that's wonderful. We have a lot of programs coming up. We have a paintings at North Hudson. I think we're doing something for Poetry Month. So we hired 2 new librarians. What was that?
March is reading.
Oh yes, March is Read a Book. Thank you. One of our librarians is here. All of our activities, we communicate with Jennifer's team of communications. And I'm really excited to hear about Bring Your Child to Work Day, and the library will be a big part of that, for sure. That was a tradition in my last employer's job, and it was such a wonderful thing to have, and I'm heartened that we're going to start that here.
Excellent. And you remind me, you might have seen the scaffolding in front of what will be our new student center, and what that means is it's taken longer than we would have wanted to get all the permits and such, but construction is scheduled to begin soon, and that project's going to just provide a dynamic additional opportunity for the library. Yes, sir. Okay, update.
Yeah, so actually we do have a date when the construction will start, so we can see the light at the beginning
Good.
of the tunnel. So basically it's Monday the 25th, and we're all concerned to get it completed by the spring semester of 2020. That's our goal. Even the construction will start with a delay because of the, unfortunately, the circumstances of the Jersey City Department of Building. So we're looking to work hard to make up time and get it ready for the spring semester. So, but the good news right now, which is confirmed, the construction is starting Monday the 20th.
Fantastic. And that, just as a reminder, that's going to have a really nice eatery. We haven't determined what we're going to call it. And in fact, we're currently considering proposals for operating that eatery, but it's going to be a more full service. It's not, I don't want to give you the wrong impression, it's not a restaurant per se, but there will be hot items as well as colder items, and then also coming up soon, I think within the next few weeks, the new, I think I got this right, the Bits and Bites Bistro. Is that right, Brian? Bits and Bites Bistro. That's going to be our new sort of deli style food service in the STEM building. So we're looking forward to seeing you. Yeah.
I just want to mention one more thing. They had a presentation yesterday, both at North Hudson and, oh, thank you. A presentation yesterday, both at North Hudson and in Journal Square for students for the FAFSA for 2019-2020. The students will have another opportunity. I believe it's on the 27th of March, either the 26th or the 27th of March. Yesterday's was from 4 to 6 p.m., so I assume it will be the same on the 26th or the 27th. And the students need to bring their 2017 tax return to the session so that they can have help with preparing their FAFSA for the next year.
Very good.
Thanks.
Very important, thank you. Any other comments? Okay, well, I want to thank, yes, oh, sorry, good. Oh, Brian, right.
So as we approach commencement,
I think we're at, I have it on my phone, 78 days or so. As students are talking about graduating, applying for graduation, really encourage them. The next step would be to attend Graduate Salute. We are communicating with students via email. Every week, any new applicants are getting emails. That's going to be taking place Wednesday, April 24th at North Hudson, and Thursday, May 2nd, here in Journal Square. So it's a one-stop shop opportunity for students to buy their cap and gown, get their tickets. We raffle off a bunch of cap and gown, discounted, fully free, and a lot of other kind of ending opportunities and celebratory opportunities there. So Graduate Salute, if you don't remember the dates, just say Graduate Salute and they can do a search from there.
Thank you very much. I joined a team of others yesterday. Went to the New Jersey Performing Arts Center. First time I had seen it. Wow, what a facility. Fantastic. We have a team that's very much at work getting ready for the ceremony on May 30th, where the governor will be speaking. We are looking at making a few tweaks or changes to the ceremony. I'm just going to throw this out, and because we would welcome feedback. As I've learned about the ceremony, which I know is inspirational, and the facility is grand, one of the challenges we always have, I understand, is graduates and their families leaving the program before it's over. And so we've been brainstorming what we might do to try to mitigate that. And one of the things we're trying to do is just see if we can, any way we can streamline the amount of time that it takes we want to do. But what I have learned recently is our ceremony has not traditionally had a recessional. I mean, normally, graduations have both a processional where everybody marches in and a recessional where everybody marches out. We don't do the recessional. I know there have been reasons for that, the facility, the number of people. However, we're looking at the possibility of adding a recessional this year, meaning at the very end of the ceremony, the marshals will lead the stage party out, and then following everybody will be our students. It's very fast-paced with upbeat, fast music, and we're thinking that we're going to try to bring our student graduates together, maybe offering several different informational sessions where we're actually going to outline with them before the event how the event works, including the fact that there will be a recessional, because with a recessional comes the expectation that graduates are there through the ceremony. You do not exit until the recessional is over. And we'd welcome your feedback. I know Lisa's sort of leading planning, but we're hoping this might help mitigate people feeling that they can leave early. And it's not we don't want them to leave early. We want them to stay for the whole ceremony. We're also looking at least at the possibility of a reception right there in the facility afterward. That might also be an incentive for people to stay through the ceremony, and if part of the reason people are leaving is to go out and eat, this would be very nice food. Now, both of those may present challenges, but at least we're working through them, because we would welcome feedback. I'm very aware of the fact that I haven't seen the ceremony, and I told myself I'm not going to try to make changes until I've lived through one of them, but as we've gone through the planning, these are things that do seem to be perhaps might be helpful. There was one other thing. Oh, we're looking at streaming it. Unfortunately, there's a fairly significant cost, but as big and beautiful as that facility is, we only have, given the number of graduates as we've grown, we only have tickets for each graduate to bring 2 to 3 family members. Two or three? Three. Not nearly enough for many students who want to bring others. And so we're going to see if this year we can pull off streaming the whole event, which would allow others to see it who are not in the facility. Any other things we're talking about that we should mention, Lisa?
We're accepting nominations for the Heritage Award, so you should have gotten an email. It's on the portal under commencement, so please do send in nominations. These are people who have contributed to the... Did you get that on film? So these are nominations. We really want to solicit feedback from the college community and choose someone who's really been instrumental and had a really significant impact on the college. So it could be an individual or an organization. So please give us your nominations, and then the committee will be deciding on that in early April. I think those are the only major changes.
And we sent the link out, but it's on the website as well. You can submit the whole thing electronically. North Hudson, let me just say, the Capital Projects Advisory Committee of the board met last week, and we have been working on the roof situation. So at last Tuesday's board meeting, the board approved funding to now move to the design of a new roof. It's clear we're going to need to remove the old and build a new one, and we are committed, we remain committed to doing this right so that we solve it once and for all. Unfortunately, the cost of that is $500,000. So we're still trying to see if there are any remedies through the events that led to the problems with the roof, but whether we have to fund it through Chapter 12 funds, which are funds the state provides for this sort of thing, or we can receive outside support, we are committed to doing it. So the expectation is this will happen this summer, since we're literally removing the roof and rebuilding it. And we'll be providing, as details come forward, we'll be letting everyone know. I want to again thank everyone at North Hudson who has been, everyone have been so understanding, and I know it's a huge disruption to have had to move into the multi-purpose room here, although it looks great, I have to say. And it looks about as good as you could make that look. And I don't know, yours, if there's anything else you would want to tell us about that or about anything in North Hudson.
Thank you. Just if any faculty members are here from North Hudson or the adjuncts that normally teach there, I just wanted to add to Chris's words, and thank you for your flexibility. We had a plan, and sometimes there are additional needs, additional requirements. We're working with whatever challenges come up, make sure that we're responsive to the needs of the faculty and everyone, and just excited that we might be getting this done over the summer, and we'll make it do with what we have. But thank you.
Thanks. Any others? So in the future, come with questions, and then you won't get called on. Thank you all so much. I hope. Oh, good. Thank you, Vivian.
I've been sitting and thinking, you've been in New Jersey and now for about 7 months. What was your impression of the state before you moved here, and what's been your experience?
Wow. I had a pretty good feel for the state just because I grew up in eastern Pennsylvania, and so all through my childhood, this was a destination. We were here lots of times, many times. So it wasn't as mysterious as it might have been if it were a different state. Nonetheless, I had never lived here before. I have to tell you, what attracted me to leaving what was a really exciting institution also, to come here is even more affirming than I recognized. In other words, I came here because of the diversity and the urban atmosphere, which is different from what I've experienced before, and you never know when you make a move like that, whether it's finally going to prove to have been a good one until you do it. It's true the other way around too, right? You don't know if the person you're selecting is going to be a good choice or not until later. I couldn't be more pleased with the opportunity to be here. It is every morning when I'm driving to work and looking at the Manhattan landscape, I'm still thinking, I can't believe I'm in one of the most dynamic urban communities in the world. I'm sorry? Well, I was about to get to that. So, what surprised me, I actually, one of the things I love are the diners. That may sound silly, but I love the diners. My partner and I have been keep going to new ones, and I think Tops is still the best, but the traffic is the thing that's been hard to escape. Also, the cost of living. Though, I recognize, even though I think I can afford it, I am amazed at how expensive it is to live here and how hard that is for so many of our students, faculty, and staff. the difference between Pittsburgh and here is unbelievable. I knew it was going to be different, but it's even more different. The only downsides have been cost of living and traffic, but the upsides far outweigh those. The diversity, the values, I love the complexity. This institution, I think, is as inspirational as any I've ever experienced. So that's my answer. Thanks for asking. Anything else? Alrighty, well thank you all. And all college councils in about 15 minutes upstairs. We hope a lot of you will attend that and have a fantastic rest of the day.